Greetings everybody and citizens of Sanctuary. Your friend Chris here, one of the heroes of Sanctuary as well as a heroic hunter of New World, Camur, and Elgato. Now you guys might be asking, why am I not in Elgato when a new update is only a few days away? Well, truthfully, they had some time to kill. And besides, I'm kinda trying to help another buddy out of the lore of Diablo 4 and stuff. He goes by the name of Nix Fellum, but I'm gonna call him Nix. Now, as one of the fans of Diablo myself, I did find the tales and possible theories of Venalius and Lilith quite impressive, as well as he was trying to figure out how Sanctuary came to be. But Venalius and Lilith are not who we are to talk about. See, the main reason I'm in Scosglen right now is that I'm trying to pick up the pieces of the lore of what happened to Scosglen. More specifically, the scar that is on Scosglen and is still there today. Kinda something like this. Let's just say I was taking my kids out on a field trip to Scosglen. My kids actually did a good job of wiping out those demons, but when it came to that scar-filled place, it kinda has a lot more demons and undead than wildlife itself. So how did that scar came to be when it's littered with so much undead and demons? Well, there was kind of one demon that caused a lot of trouble there. They say his name is Astaroth.
Huh? Who called me? Did you call for me here?
I wasn't referring to you, other Astaroth from Soul Calibur. I was talking about the other Astaroth.
Are you saying that you don't need me?
Wait, that's not what I'm talking about.
I'll show you.
Whoa, wait, hold on.
Yeah! Don't need me. I'll show that punk.
Astaroth? I told you I wasn't referring to you. I was referring to the Astaroth in here.
I thought you meant me.
Hey, what? Well, you did throw me for no reason. And so I threw you out.
Oh, wait, listen. I don't mean...
Sorry about all that and the sudden confusion. But no, I was not referring to Astaroth of Soul Calibur. I was actually referring to this demon here. Meet Astaroth, the Charred Duke as Lilith calls him. He's a lieutenant under command of Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred. Excuse me, but why would I conspire with those kinds of demons? No, not you, Johann Faust. That Mephisto. Oh, why, 1,000 apologies, sir. Carry on. Thank you. Anyway, that here is Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred. He is a guy in charge of the Lieutenant Astaroth, as well as ruling over a cathedral of hatred that is his own domain in the burning hells. Now, even I asked myself, what did happen to Diablo? Well, I kind of thought he and the other 6 evils would be still bonded into one prime evil because of the Black Soulstone. After all, with that kind of power, he would easily topple the high heavens, as well as easily make Sanctuary his own personal playground for the demons. But instead, for reasons unknown, he managed to split into 7 evils, which is the 4 lesser evils, and the big 3 hunchos who we know of, Baal, Diablo, and Mephisto. Now, normally these 3 will still be around Sanctuary, causing a lot of destruction around the place, but the 3 decided to take a back seat because of their massive loss in power and allowed Triune to do most of the work. Now, while the Triune and the other cultists may quote-unquote serve Lilith because she is the daughter of Mephisto, but the Triune still, in secret, serve the 3 prime evils. The only reason they serve Lilith is probably because Mephisto or quote-unquote told them to. But enough about the 3 primevals for now. Now, let's just focus on Astaroth in hand, as well as what happened to Scosglen today. Now, anyone recall meeting this guy? He goes by the name of Donan. He was one of the Horadrim until the Horadrim split. Now, I would speak to Donan if I could, but sadly and regrettably, both Donan and Yoren are no longer with us. I'll explain what happened to Donan and Yoren along the way, but for now, let's focus on what had happened to Scosglen and when Astaroth came to be. So let me take you to a stronghold called Torden. Let us pretend this tree is the tree of Torden, the stronghold of Scosglen, one of the 3 actually. But anyways, some time ago, between I think it was 10 to 20 after Malthael's defeat and destruction of the World Stone, Scosglen was the grasslands during the time. Kind of a peaceful one at that. It was during that time the Torden Druids, the people who commanded the powers of nature, as well as befriending the creatures, as well as commanding them, and to fight side by side. Sometimes even going so far as to transform into such creatures themselves. But unlike the were creatures like the classic werewolf, or even a werebear, the Druids have a potential to transform into such creatures without losing themselves to their feral nature. In Scosglen, and specifically Torden, the Druids were in charge of protecting the tree at any cost, as well as Mother Nature or Sanctuary. But when Astaroth came in the Sanctuary game board, well, the Druids of Torden did their best to stand their ground, as well as doing their best to fend off against Astaroth and his demons back at the eastern side of Scosglen. But most, if not all, Druids have kind of failed. It was only when Donan came along and stopped Astaroth by sealing him within the Soul Stone. Although he did save the rest of the Druids from falling to Astaroth's hands, and in order to keep the rest of Scosglen safe, calm, and not get the cathedral light involved, at the very least trying, he had no choice but to lie that Astaroth was slain. It was not only for the sake of the people of Scosglen, but it was also for the sake of his own son, Yoren too. Now, jumping to today, let's say during my travels, my kids kind of made a big discovery. So let's head over and see for ourselves.
Ruthless mercenaries from the days of Ash took any contract that promised equal weight of blood and coin. Only the desperate called them. But those were desperate times.
Smoke's billowing from the southern ridge. The fires have returned.
No time wasted. Can you see to the source of the smoke? There's likely a connection in all this. I'll see no harm reaches the goose.
Apparently, even today, there were those crazed up psychotic mercenaries called the Blackweald. Some even mentioned the one called the Bear of Blackweald. And who was he anyway?
A fabled killer from the days of Ash. A tale shared between merchants to keep their eyes open on the road.
Well, we kinda already got that story covered about the days of Ash. But the Blackweald? Well, it kind of apparently turns out they're kind of like hard mercenaries that, well, according to Torden, was going to be called only when those who call for them were desperate. Although it's kind of unclear, whether they serve the fires in the name of Astaroth or not. But it's kind of speculation that they tend to want to keep, well, their fires going.
What is this?
That must be the entrance, my son. I guess that must be what these Blackweald guys are on. So, my kids and I carefully observed of this recon post, and Ouch! You okay?
Am I? Don't that bear trap that hurt.
So long as you're alright. Anyway, we took a look at the pyre and see what's up. And turns out they were trying to ambush us.
Traps and a lookout who doesn't mind his back. Predictable and disappointing.
The bear has finally left its den.
You never should have returned here.
So we managed to stand our ground against these Blackweald bandits, as who were crazed about the fire, it seems. And then we kind of wondered, Torden was the bear of Blackweald?
Formerly, Donan sought able bodies and conscripted our lot to defeat Astaroth. Our ruthless tactics were put to measure, and, with time, the demon was defeated. But the things I saw humbled and horrified every part of me. My kin and our leader, Stana, did not share my shame. They delighted in the fires, yearned for their return. I was there when they set upon Breon, saw the madness in their eyes. The days of Ash had taken their minds, so I cut them down, one by one, and left them to be claimed by fire. After years of quiet, it seems something survived that night. These bodies and the merchants were meant for me. Meet me at the Goose. We'll see the Blackweald together.
So that kind of puts all of us in a certain predicament. Apparently, Torden was formerly the bear of the Blackweald mercenaries, who were so crazed up by the fire that, well, they kind of want to try to get the days of Ash back. So, Torden has came to a decision that with our aid, Torden will be defeating the Blackweald mercenaries once and for all. While we were searching for their camp, we had to slay our way against demons and undead, and who are apparently spawned from the scar, or inflicted by Astaroth. And as we did, well,
I hear a live one.
What we found was not too much of a sight to see.
A mercenary woman captured us along the road and took us into the depths of the scar and made us watch them burn us one by one.
Stana, of all the devils who could have survived that night, why did it have to be her? None matched her joy for suffering. Her eyes said enough. Stana's madness ends here. If she wants the bear, she'll have him. Meet me near the depths. We'll find her within.
With that being said, we did reach Torden at Stana's lair, specifically the entrance. Well, we kind of need to get the other undead demons off our backs. Because, allow me to say, in my opinion, they are very, very annoying. Anyway, now back after getting to Torden and the former bear, he was determined to put an end to the Blackweald mercenaries' madness once and for all.
There are so many terrible memories etched into this place. Memories I hoped to forget. It's only right she joins them. Come.
With that said, we head down to the hall, together with Torden, and took down those bandits one by one. Until we reached Strana, who is very crazed about the fires of the days of Ash, orchestrated by Astaroth seemingly.
Should have stayed in Breon, Stana. Burned with the rest.
And you should have aimed higher. A gut wound like that was quite the gamble, and very unlike you. What gave you pause, I wonder? Come, Torden. Help me rekindle the days of ash. Bring back those fires that gave us so much life. Blackweald needs its bear.
No. It's time I finish what the fires could not.
So we kind of figured out our conclusion, at least it seemed. Estrada was kind of wanting to rekindle the days of ash, which was the day Astaroth came and set the east side of Scosglen on fire. So we had to take her down and let Torden deal the finishing blow to cut ties with the Blackweald mercenaries forever.
I gave you purpose, saved you from the stockades.
I found my purpose. Beyond the ash, the death. The bear of Blackweald died in Breon.
No, you can't.
No more. I cannot forget my past, but I will move past it. The goose is where I put my strength now. It offers peace I never thought possible, and still doubt I deserve. I was so used to only seeing terror in faces. It took a long time to recognize the worth of a smile. Please, take my sword. It's seen enough blood by my hands.
In all fairness, Torden wanted to be away from the Blackweald mercenaries to forget his past. What Torden truly wanted was peace. On Torben's sword it wrote, "The long sword of a fabled bear of Blackweald. Its hardened edge is charred and notched. No doubt born from the countless tales of brutality in which him played to the lead low." I figured he wanted to leave it to us because he wants to forget his past, just as Kratos was trying his best to forget his past during his time in Greece. It is cliché, I know, but there are times when heroes need to let go of the past and keep moving forward. Torden had done the right thing to put an end to the Blackweald mercenaries who wanted to bring back the days of ash, which was the time that Astaroth came. But the days of ash wasn't really the day required for Astaroth to come. It was something else.
Mighty Astaroth, the charred duke himself, confined to a cage. What a pity.
Daughter of hatred.
I have an offer. You will grant me safe passage to a place I am no longer welcome. In exchange, I will give you freedom and more. Donan's progeny, his pride and joy, your retribution. If you give me what I want.
You will have safe passage.
Yeah, well, what happened back there? Astaroth did make a deal with Lilith that he's allowed to be freed in exchange for bringing Lilith safely to Cathedral of Hatred to try and put an end to Mephisto herself. But I kind of recall a similar thing happening about a year or two ago. Don't do it, you better! Oh! Jeez. Yeah, like Aiden, And Lilith had implanted Astaroth's soulstone into Yoren's forehead, which in turn had Astaroth reform Yoren's body into his own demonic image. And plus, the demons now know how to corrupt the soulstones even if they're sealed. It started out we were searching for the ruins of a burned down city, searching for Yoren. But it turns out we found something much more sinister. There were more wall spells that were falling down, which was a sign that Lilith was there. But it's not only Lilith that showed up.
Come forth.
Yoren did come, but not as himself. It was Astaroth. Donan was broken.
He called out for you, wept until his tears became fire.
That kind of made Donan broken. And seeing his own son possessed by Astaroth, that's something a parent would not forget that easily. But even so, we had to defeat Astaroth one way or another. If we don't, then all Sanctuary will burn by his hand.
Now hold on just a second there, Chris.
Hades? What do you mean?
What do I mean? Why is Astaroth riding Cerberus? As I recall, a Cerberus belongs in Tartarus, that is my kingdom. And I should know I was the one who has Cerberus, and I've been training him on my leash.
Hades, I'm pretty sure your Cerberus is fine. It's just the Cerberus that was with Astaroth is in a Diablo universe. I think you and the others may have already known about the multiverse. There are other universes that do have Cerberus in very different ways. Besides, the Cerberus that Astaroth is riding on is kind of made fun of on the flesh of the other dead hounds.
Oh, really? Well, I can see you already gave Astaroth and that new Cerberus a good show. I mean, you really kind of knocked him around the whole lot.
Well, he kind of got to because that's Astaroth we're talking about. We did! Oh, it's actually done. Okay, Astaroth is dead.
Yes.
No, be careful of that soulstone. It's pretty impaled deeply.
I know. Just let me.
Oh, good lord! How deep did that soulstone impale on his skull?
Yoren, how did this happen, Doran? I'm afraid he's too sad to tell us. I suppose I already recall what happened. A death of a child is not one a parent forgets that easily.
And that was Donan's son, Yoren, who's been used for Astaroth? Oh, good lord, even I do not want to do such a thing. I mean, using a corrupted soulstone on people is just completely nuts, even for us gods of Mount Olympus. I think I'm going to need to make a tweet about this. Idiot skeletal demon and fell over by a human and along with his Cerberus. Hashtag mortal life and host. Nuts. And I gotta get to Olympus to fix my phone again.
Well, aside for all those randoms, that is kind of what happened to Yoren. Lilith had Yoren be used as a vessel for Astaroth, and as for Donan, well, his fate was
They got boosted up, that's what
different.
happened. And we're fending off as much of those guys as we could, but those two got...
Don't even think of burying me here, you bastard.
I'm too damn old to hold your body out of hell. So move your hand. Let me see.
I haven't taken orders from you in years, Lord. I see no reason to start now.
Don't tell me they've both gone into deep hatred.
You should have come to me instead of the cathedral. I would have shown up for you. Shared your burden.
I know. And perhaps things would have gone differently with Scosglen. And with your... Was it enough? Or do you think it was enough?
The being must have taken its toll.
that day when Donan died in the burning house by his wounds. It was a sad day, for all of us as his friends. But at least Donan's sacrifice would not be in vain. So, that's kind of our tale of how Astaroth came to be. The days of Ash, Astaroth's return, and Lilith's bargain with him. Those times were very dark indeed. But if anything we have learned, is that we should not be giving ourselves to despair. Instead, we have to push forward, not with hatred, but with hope and righteousness. Although there's no telling when the three prime evils will return. But the people of Sanctuary should stand ready to face those three. Well, Nix, I hope this actually helps you out. Of your story about Donan and an Astaroth. So, if you guys did enjoy our documentary about Astaroth and Donan and Scosglen, be sure to give us a like and...
Fresh meat! What? Butcher? What the heck are you doing out of the dungeons?
I'm just here to give if anyone there enters my turf a hard time and make them easy mincemeat of weaklings.
Hey,
the only reason we had a hard time beating you was because developers made
a buffed up that was almost impossible for you to defeat. Well, there's no rules to beat you outside of games.
What do you mean by that?
Well, excuse the fourth wall, but no rule says we can't beat you outside of games. And it just so happens. I think you owe Neeks an explanation about the butcher's cleaver.
That's mine. You're not thinking of me. You big tubby demon who eats me. Come here. No, wait.